In this lecture, we're going to extend the functionality of basic WordPress by adding plugins. It's like little pieces of code that add functionality to basic WordPress. Now, WordPress was originally set up just as a blogging platform, but it became so popular as a website building platform that people started adding e-commerce to it and photo galleries and all of the things that are now available via websites typically run on WordPress. So you get this specific and different functionality from just blogging by adding plugins to WordPress. Now, it turns out that we're actually installing a blog, so we won't need a lot of plugins, and that's good. The fewer plugins you have, the fewer interactions and bugs you have between plugins stomping on each other, so you have a more stable site. Anyway, let's jump over to WordPress and start playing with plugins. Here I am on the dashboard, and we're going to go to plugins. Now, usually the first thing that I do when I get a new website is they install a bunch of plugins for you, and I have to remove them. Check out, the only plugin we got was the Ionis Assistant, which is what I think is giving me these obnoxious windows up here. So the first thing you do to get rid of a plugin, which we're going to get rid of all plugins, is deactivate, and there went our little window, good. And then delete. Yeah, I really want to get rid of the Ionis Assistant. And there, now we have no plugins, we have a clean site. Now let's start adding them. And to do that, you come up to Add New. Now the first plugin we're going to add is very odd. What WordPress did is with this latest version, what is it, 5.3 or something, starting with 5.3, I believe, they came out with a thing called down here the Gutenberg block editor. And it's a little more complicated. It blew some people away. I don't like it. I prefer other website builders like Elementor or Divi 3, but it's a website builder, a page builder that allows you to build using blocks. Now, the old editor used to just be a text editor, and it was very simple. I don't have time to teach you the Gutenberg block editor or Divi 3 that comes with the extra theme. So what I'm going to do is look at this. This is the most popular plugin on here, available for free via WordPress.org or maintained by them, with 5 million installations. It's the classic editor. It undoes Gutenberg as the default editor when you go in to create a page or a post. So we're going to install this. We say install now. It should be a quick install. It is. And we say activate. And now we've got the classic editor as one of our plugins. Now the other thing I like is a little bit of speed. So let's go to Add New. And this one we're going to search for. I would like something, I believe it's called Light Speed Cache. It caches pages and information for you so that your site runs faster. I was close. It should have found it. It's Light Speed with no space. Here we go, Light Speed Cache. And you can see this is very popular too, with 2 million plus installations and 1668 reviews. Look at that, 5 stars. Wow, people really like this plugin. So let's install this. And this creates a cache, which means a kind of an in-memory copy of things that are being accessed now so that it can retrieve them rapidly. And I'm going to activate this. Now, when I activate this, this may actually want me to do some things. No, it doesn't want me to do anything to configure it yet. But I do have settings that I can configure on this. Now let's load. The next plugin that I want is we want to have a contact form. And to have that contact form work correctly, we need a contact plugin. And the plugin that I always liked for this is called Contact Form 7. I don't know why 7. And here it is. 5 million installations. Once again, not quite as popular, only 4 stars with 1,900 reviews. But it's another very popular plugin. And we will install that and we will activate it. Now we have 3 plugins. There was another one that I wanted and I can't quite remember it. We'll remember it eventually and we'll add that plugin. But what I wanted to show you is what happens when things get out of control. Here's a commercial, or rather an e-commerce website that I set up, and I went a little nuts with plugins. Check out the left panel. It has LearnDash for learning management. It uses BuddyBoss, so it's got BBPress and BuddyPress in it. It's using WooCommerce. It's got gamification. It's got everything. And look at the plugins here. Right, like 3-4 screens worth of plugins to get this thing running the way that I wanted it to. But anyway, that's what happens when you get carried away. And the interactions of all those plugins, they end up stomping on each other and breaking each other. Things break. So don't put in too many plugins. I'm going to eventually remember the 4th plugin, though, and we're going to add that. So we've just extended our site to support the classic editor, to be able to have a contact form on our contact page for people to contact us. And then we set up a cache to speed up our website just a little bit. And in the next lecture, I'm going to beg you to please leave a review. Please help me make this course succeed. I can't do it without you. It's going to take your review to get this course over the top, and I thank you for your continued support. I'll see you in that lecture.